Coming to you from the innovative, immersive Hyundai Virtual Next Weather Sphere. This is Next Weather.
Kate's in our corner with the forecast. Got another nice summer-like day today.
Beautiful weather today, and really for most of tomorrow as well. I think Wednesday is kind of the dud of the week, but we do need the rain, and that is going to usher in a blast of chilly autumn air. If last week's little taste of autumn wasn't cold enough for you, I mean, it was still in the 70s, this week you're really going to feel like fall by especially Thursday. Let's start off though with what's happening right now, and you can see a little bit of fog, not really all that close to the ground, but it is limiting visibility at the airport, so that could lead to some delays. You might want to check with your carriers if you're just about to head out. If you have a flight out of Philadelphia, if you're picking someone up, could be some slowdowns. Let's talk about what's next. Today and tomorrow, both days turn out mostly sunny, warm, and on the humid side, certainly for the month of October. We've got dew points around the 60 mark out there today. You will notice an increase in clouds tomorrow, but it does look like the rain is going to hold off until tomorrow night. Tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, a major cold front comes through. Now, the good news is we're not expecting severe weather. There may be a few rumbles of thunder. It's really just a slug of steady rain late Tuesday night into the first half of Wednesday. The time frame looks like about 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday afternoon, and then it does clear out later Wednesday afternoon. The evening commute may be dry. Behind it, though, Wednesday night into Thursday and Friday, the coldest air of the season arrives, and you really will feel it. Highs are only in the 60s. Especially Thursday and Friday. Right now, here's a live look down the shore. You can see a little bit of a kind of a blurry look to the sky there, a little bit of fog. We're reporting some fog at the airport in Philadelphia, also in Trenton, Millville. Otherwise, we've got clear skies, and where skies are clear, temps are colder. Allentown right now at 48 degrees, so a little bit chilly. It's crisp and beautiful actually out there this morning. A cool morning followed by a mild afternoon. Speaking of the Lehigh Valley, here's a live look at Bethlehem, just starting to see some of that fall color. And here's a look at our current fall foliage map. It's not really permeating south into our region all that much. We're seeing low color across most of our area, but up toward the Poconos, you're starting to see a little bit of that moderate to high color start to creep southward. And I think over the next week or two, the Poconos and the Lehigh Valley will start to see some much more vibrant fall color. Here's a look at our fog right now. Trenton, zero visibility. The Philadelphia airport reporting 0.1 miles, a tenth of a mile. Now it's a little bit brighter in Center City, but you go down into South Philly and you've got some pretty dense fog. And Kim's been showing us Route 42 in South Jersey. It looks pretty fogged in. So again, Burlington County, Camden, Gloucester, Cumberland, into Newcastle County, Delaware, you do have some locally dense fog, at least for the next hour or two. And as we start to warm up, we will start to see the sun kind of beat down on the ground, starts to move things around in the atmosphere, and that's really how you get rid of fog. We often say burn off the fog. It's not really burning it off, it's more mixing it out and sending it out back into the atmosphere. Down the shore today, 74 degrees and partly cloudy, 82 in the Lehigh Valley. Big Phillies game tonight. I wouldn't call it a must win, but it's kind of a must win. 77 degrees at 6:08 for first pitch. A beautiful night for baseball at the bank. Very similar to Saturday night's forecast, and a nice nearly full moon to enjoy as you head home. But here's our cold front that's going to bring the big change later in the week. It's got some showers moving through the Midwest. I'm going to jump ahead to tomorrow because today is dry. Tomorrow you can see the clouds start to increase. This is 3:30. Showers are still to the north and west. It's not until tomorrow night that the rain starts to move in, and there will be rain overnight. So again, 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. is kind of the target time of this front. Slow mover, and it's just a rainy day on Wednesday for much of the day. By midday, it may start to dry out north and west, but it doesn't really clear the coast completely until after about 2 o'clock. We may see a little sun return later Wednesday evening, but then the temperatures drop. And I want to take you through the normal low temperatures, our morning lows. This morning, we're in the low 60s in Philadelphia. It should be 53. By the end of the week, especially Friday morning, we're going to have a low in Philadelphia around 43. That is going to feel quite chilly, and we will have 30s across many of our colder suburbs. We'll have to watch for some frost advisories, especially up toward the Poconos. So big chill on the way after the rain Wednesday. It's cool through the end of the week and even into the weekend.
Coming to you from the innovative, immersive Hyundai Virtual Next Weather Sphere. This is Next Weather.
So maybe one of those Rita's treats would be good for today. Later on this week, you may want something warmer, Kate.
Yeah, something a little more toasty, Janelle. I thought you were going to say, speaking of nerds, here's Kate in the next weather.
No, because if I called you a nerd, I'd be a nerd right there with you, too.
Yeah, we own it. We own it, right? Let's talk about your forecast because for all the weather nerds out there and everybody else, we've got some interesting weather to talk about this week. We've got a lot of warmth to start the week, and then we've got a big cool down, a strong cold front coming in on Wednesday. And we're still dealing with this locally dense fog, which is looking like it's getting a little bit better within the next hour or so. I think it's going to be pretty much out of here, but it still can come up on you quickly. So if you're about to head out, keep that in mind that there are spots where it's near zero visibility, and that's mainly from Philadelphia to Wilmington along I-95 and parts of interior South Jersey as well. Let's take a look around the region, and you can see that down in South Philly, Italian Market section of the city, it's looking kind of foggy, kind of socked in there. Got some clouds in Ocean City. Meanwhile, Atlantic City at the boardwalk, bright blue sky. Bethlehem looks like they've never seen fog a day in their lives. It's beautiful there, nice and crisp and clear, so it all depends on your location. Right now, 57 in Bethlehem, 64 in Ocean City, and we're at 64 here in Philadelphia. Here's where the fog is right now, and it has improved. Visibility is back up to 2 miles at the airport. Still below a mile in Wilmington, and you can see it's pretty dense still along I-95 and into portions of Camden, Gloucester, and Burlington counties. It is getting better, but just take it slow if you're about to head out. Let's recap October so far, and we've had 3 days above average so far. Yesterday, 83 degrees. That puts us 4 degrees above the norm, and we're going to add another couple of red squares to the calendar today and tomorrow. But then, by the end of the week, a big change on the way. So you don't need to grab the coat off your coat rack or the hoodie today. It's t-shirt weather, maybe the ball cap, the sunglasses. That's about all you'll need, especially if you're headed down to the Phillies game or to that block party outside the stadium. 82, the high temperature, but first pitch temp for the Phillies at 6:08, 77 degrees. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Grab a hot dog, sit outside, enjoy the sunshine, and then, of course, the sun goes down. But you can probably skip the hoodies because even when you leave the stadium, hopefully celebrating a win this time around, it'll still be in the upper 60s tonight. Our next cold front is this one, and you can see it kind of slicing across the Midwest here. That is going to come through Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. I think some of the heaviest is early Wednesday morning, 4 a.m. Just pockets of rain through about 9 or 10, and then it starts to drift down toward the shore by noon, and we will clear things out. I think your Wednesday evening commute is actually relatively quiet, but this could produce a decent soaking, anywhere from 1/2 inch to maybe 1 inch plus of rainfall in the forecast as that comes through. Behind it, a huge cool down. Here's a look at that with your next weather 7-day forecast. Look at this stretch. We go from the 80s today and tomorrow, rain for the first half of Wednesday, and then Thursday is going to feel downright cold, comparatively at least. 63 is the high. We're back to the upper 60s by the weekend. Janelle, back over to you.
That's going to feel like a shock to the system. All right, Kate, thank you for that.